I'm Ina Brodkin. I work for Globus Labs, University of Chicago. I work with Kyle, and I work for the project that's called Chronolog. That is a joint project funded by NSF. It's a joint project between Illinois Institute of Technology and University of Chicago. It's the proposal for the project is kind of multi-layered. It a lot of things there. It's planned to be a distributed tiered log store, the whole ecosystem that is designed to record, organize, provide easy retrieval for the massive amounts of data that are generated by scientific and industrial applications. So there are, as you can see, a lot of things here. Plugins on one side. There's supposed to be a lot of plugins that allow to record the data generated by scientific instruments, by any kind of logging, activity data from a lot of different things. And on the other side, plugins to use, all different possible different types of storage systems. Hadoop that was very popular 10 years ago when I was working on the West Coast. Now there are all other, systems. So the big picture looks something like this, or the Chronolog project design. So it's a multi-tiered system where we provide you an ability to record all the activity data from the applications that you run on the HPC system, on the compute, moving from the compute nodes, there are to the storage nodes, and there are all these kinds of agents that we would deploy parallel or as part of your workflow, and then record all the data in a manner that is reliable enough, that provides you with satisfactory for your project reliability, that all the data actually makes it from your compute nodes to whatever your storage is, that it's efficient enough so that you don't bug the network, and it doesn't take more resources that you would like from the compute nodes, so that whatever we are recording, the activity data of the processes that you are running and we are recording, actually doesn't interfere with the performance of your process, right? So because with any system, there are all the, so we're kind of a transport layer and a storage layer for the activity data. I believe that we would come with from the Parsl audience, we would come into the bucket group that I think Dan cut yesterday called linked contributors, something like this, right? That's we're a candidate at this moment for the Parsl integration. Seriously considered a candidate for that. Again, this audience is quite aware. Running any distributed system, running any application on a distributed system goes against three usual culprits, right? Unreliable network with all kinds of delays, congestions, and whatever. Unreliable nodes, your processes, your hardware, your nodes can fail at any moment. It's undeterministic, can partially fail, and the whole system should still be able to retain certain level, of integrity, blah, blah, blah. And unreliable clocks, the third one, right? So the clocks between different nodes, they drift, they can get out of sync, so you're at the mercy of whatever synchronization protocol on your environment is, right? So we're going against all of this. This is nothing that's new. And on top of this, with the scientific applications, the mere scale of the data that is being recorded brings all of this to get another level of complexity. So the project itself, the Chronolog project, I try to explain in the previous slide, is quite ambitious. There are a lot of things being, planned, ideas entertained. I represent a small group of engineers. I work with Foon and Neka there on the IAT side. that at the moment, we decided to kind of read this, get a little bit down and start with something that is more humble, but also satisfy the immediate need for a lot of your projects that where we need to provide literally just proof that our software, our system, the framework that we're writing can actually reliably and efficiently record the data, move the data, all this huge amount of data that you're producing from the compute nodes without interfering much with your applications to the storage layer, organize it at a certain, at a certain, and still retain enough integrity, retain enough information about the clients that produce the data, and retain, just the chronological recorded timestamps with all this log data was generated and, transported all through the system, propagated through the system, and sorted on the receiving end, so that at the end of the day, all this monitoring logging data is chronologically sorted and usable to you or to the monitoring applications. From that's another use that I've had. I have 2 minutes, so basically the model, our data model, has a few abstractions. So we see your processes as your individual processes run on different nodes as clients, and then there is a notion of your login event, whatever it is. It can be telemetry data, it can be simple login message, or whatever you want to record, monitoring message, it's up to you. And we organize them into stories. That is an abstraction. It can be any topic, so from multiple applications, you can log to so it's just a grouping concept. And stories go into the chronicles. That is, again, just a grouping for the stories. Anything underneath the chronicle would have the same extract. So that's the thing. The idea that I'm trying to communicate, we retain the hardware timestamps that are produced on all of the cells. That's why we can at the end collect the data, and we guarantee the total ordering across the nodes within the limits of synchronization protocol that we implement. Right? We would send it to. That's it. Okay. Sorry. I don't give the presentation often. So where we are? We are now integrating with Parsl monitoring system, and we will be a transport layer for the Parsl monitor. So that's where we're standing right now. It's a pilot that we're running through. So somebody, I think, mentioned here the Parsl radio whatever monitoring thing. That's where our client would come in, and we prove that we can successfully collect the data, and now we will be running some performance metrics that would drive what we're going to do next, right? So we already have our first successful release, and for the second release, we will provide not only recording, but the data retrieval functionality as well, and finance our deployment and our